What's up, guys? Welcome to FlyGeek Podcast, episode number 5. My name is Charles Francis, and I'm here with my good friend
Matt Adams.
And today we will be discussing YouTube gaming, Facebook M, and apparently there are people out there having an issue with Note 5's S Pen. Anyways, let's get started. FlyGeek Radio.
Bro, YouTube gaming.
What is YouTube gaming, bro?
It's not like gaming through a console called YouTube. It's actually streaming your gaming to YouTube.
Bro, okay. So tell me, why does YouTube gaming differ from Twitch? If it does at all.
Before we even jump and dive into that, bro, like, let's give these people a little bit of backstory. Let's give them a little bit of history. So last year, YouTube actually attempted to purchase the streaming company known as Twitch. This is last year in August. And Twitch and YouTube reached $1 billion agreement, right? They were like, yo, we're going to sell for $1 billion. Let's do this. But Twitch ended up selling to Amazon. How much did they sell to Amazon for? 30 million less. 970 million. Why? Bro, why do you think they sold to Amazon rather than Google, bro? Or Alphabet?
Because they're drunk.
Bro, I thought you wanted them Amazon reppers, man. Like, you stand by Amazon.
Now listen. There are 3 companies that I have proudly tatted on my chest. That is Google across the top, Samsung on the left, and Amazon on the right. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, Google is the mother of all mothers, the poppy of all poppies. And everything should be owned by Google, which it currently pretty much is.
The big behemoth by Alphabet. Correction. The company formerly known as Google.
Like I said,
the behemoth formerly known as Google, currently known as Alphabet. Probably known.
I told you I'm not going to call it that.
Bro.
Ever.
Anyways, so, bro, they sold to Amazon. I'm not sure what the Google agreement was for the $1 billion, but Amazon allowed Twitch to, 1, keep their brand, which I'm pretty sure that's a massive thing in and of itself. Keep their employees, keep their location, but still have the backing of Amazon support. So I don't know if you remember when Motorola got acquired by Google, it was something similar to that. Like, they still had the Motorola brand, they still had their company, their employees, for the most part, and just have like the financial backing of Google, which is something that is really good to have. It's like a bank account.
Yeah.
Yo.
An unlimited bank account.
An unlimited bank account.
Because Google is pretty much printing money.
Amazon's up there too, man. Like, they're one of the big companies. They're like an extremely big company. But anyways, Amazon CEO Jeff says that they're trying to help Twitch move faster in building new services in the gaming community. So this is Twitch now, right? Like, they got bought by Amazon for 970 million instead of the $1 billion that Google put on the table, right? And they keep their brand, but Google is kind of like out of luck. They want to hop into this whole game streaming arena, and they don't have Twitch. So if you can't buy it, bro, what do? Just make it. When you're Google, you just make whatever the heck you want.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
What happens.
Is that a thing? If you can't buy it, make it. If you can't beat them, then
make them.
So Google decides to make their own Twitch. Last year Google kind of like tested the game streaming waters. I don't know if you know about Dota 2. It's this game.
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it? Mm-hmm. Bro, I used to play Dota like all the time back in high school.
Did you know?
I did. That was like the jump off. We used to like sit in class and like the tech people would like go against the architects. I wasn't from a tech school. Like, we were geeks. But so YouTube started streaming Dota 2's International Championship. It was streamed over Twitch, it was streamed over YouTube, and it was streamed over Dota's own client. And last year, YouTube was extremely subpar when it came to live streaming video games. Like, people reported that there were buffer times, unreliable streams. YouTube wasn't ready to take on the streaming arena. They weren't ready to take on Twitch. But this year, they're in it.
YouTube gaming was born.
YouTube gaming was born, bro. And before it was born, there was another international championship for Dota. And YouTube tried again. They were able to knock out 1080p. I'm not sure if you know about the new feature that they got, but 60 frames per second live stream that they released in May. Yeah. So with that underneath their belt, like, and just the ability to be as reliable as possible, like, people were saying that, YouTube was killing the game. But of course, if I was a person that checked it out in 2014, I wouldn't check it out in 2015. Like, if I saw how crappy YouTube streaming was in 2014, I'd probably want to check out Twitch. So they kind of lost. Not necessarily. They kind of lost a lot. They lost a lot of views in comparison between 2014 to 2015 with the exact same event, which is sad. I feel bad for YouTube for that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, bro, how frustrating it is to, like, see that buffer cycle, especially if you're like a big, like, if you're watching the playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. And you're watching that thing and you're about to see, like, LeBron dunk on them boys, right? Mm-hmm. It's like
catching that buffer right before he slams down.
Catching that buffer, like, right before, like the halftime buzzer, like, they're down by 2. He's about to, like, tie the game up and you just don't know what happens. Like, I'd be pissed. Like, I'd be upset. And I think that's what happened with a lot of YouTube's customers. But they're trying to make a comeback even now. So YouTube Gaming went live August 26th. And it's a lot like the streaming service with Twitch. So you were asking, what are the differences? YouTube actually allows you to rewind and archive their live streams. Something similar to what they do with Hangouts and a lot of the live streaming that they do regularly. So, I mean, we watch Samsung Unpacked, we see Google I.O. When you watch that, it's a live event, especially if you log in, like, at the right time. Right. And you can rewind a lot of the event, even while it's going on live, similar to DVR. Okay. So, Twitch is kind of like just watching cable. Right. Like, you're just sitting down, watching what's happening live. YouTube allows you to rewind. Whether or not that's going to give YouTube the edge over the company, over Twitch, is debatable. Right. But that's definitely a feature that is pretty darn awesome, especially if you're one of the people that, like, come in late. Because, I mean, I didn't get a chance to check out Samsung Unpacked at 11 a.m. Like, I didn't come in until, like, maybe 30 minutes later. So, that being said, they've got that. YouTube's got a gaming app now, which is separate from the regular YouTube app. It's got a Twitch-like interface with live chat via text. YouTube actually gives higher revenue share than Twitch does. That's interesting. So for all, like, the gaming extraordinaires out there that's got a channel, if you subscribe with YouTube, well, if you have your channel on YouTube Gaming, you're going to get a little bit more money. It's not like mansion money. I think it's like 25 cents more than Twitch.
Gotcha.
But it's...
Which could end up being mansion money.
It could...
Eventually. Over
per
the years.
$5 worth of subscribers. 25 cents. So, I mean, it could... Yeah, over the years, if you save up your quarter at a time. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Every quarter counts.
It does, man. So, streamers get paid more, bro. Dude, and they're entering the thing. Like, they release, there's people on there. Like, I checked it out today, and like, just looking at I'm not a big live gaming community guy, but just checking out, like, the app itself, like, built ridiculously well. Like, I think it is definitely on par with the YouTube app, if not better. And I'm not a gaming guy. Like, I'll check that thing out. Not to say I'm not, like, I don't watch live stream gaming a lot, but I would check that thing out, like, and be in the app just because of how well the app is built. I haven't gotten a chance to check out their web client yet, but of course I'm going to be checking that out, like, ASAP, digging into that thing, because I think it's actually interesting, yo. Like, this whole Twitch versus YouTube thing, like, is going in, man. Like, it's happening. They're here, man.
See, here's the thing, though. Did you expect the app to be anything less?
I actually expected the app to be I didn't expect it to be as good as I saw. Like,
Gotcha.
I knew it was going to be a great app nonetheless, but just the layout of it itself, it's slightly different from the regular YouTube app. Like, it's got 2 panels that you can slide in from. It's got live chat, like, right there in the game. I think I was watching some Star Wars multiplayer game happen, and people are sitting there, like, chatting right there, like, through the app, which, like, is slightly different than anything that I've seen from, like, a YouTube product.
You know what's funny though?
Or even a Google product.
It's actually not, because YouTube's actual client, their current client, you can live stream right now through through YouTube's app, and you can actually chat them on the app
through comments though. It's not like an actual chat.
No,
is it a chat?
Yeah, it's a chat
through the application.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched at least there's some GTA. I don't know if I want to really shout the people out. We'll give it away free promotion here.
Them boys, John.
Nah, hey, them boys. So there's a couple of GTA live streams. There's a couple of GTA live streams that I've watched where I didn't care to comment, but people were commenting back and forth through, while they were streaming, streaming the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, so far from what I've seen, to be honest, it's cool that they have that they're putting a lot of emphasis on this platform. It's a huge platform. I mean, look what it's done for Twitch.
Yeah,
it's absolutely a huge platform. So it's great that they're focusing on building out this platform. As far as I'm concerned, it even works out to be better. Past the monetization aspect of things, it works out to actually help the gamer out better, the YouTuber out better, because again, if you already have a channel, that's going to be your YouTube gaming channel.
Yeah.
So what you're also going to do is, by live streaming on YouTube, your archive's already archived to your YouTube channel. You don't have to later, if you're using a capture card or something, you don't have to later pull that footage from Twitch to upload it to YouTube for people that couldn't catch it live to see. Automatic archives already go. Those views also count towards YouTube playtime.
True.
Which
go ahead.
Which counts towards your overall ranking within YouTube.
True.
Because watch time is what is one of the biggest, if not the biggest ranking for you right now in YouTube.
Yeah.
It's how YouTube searches through videos and puts it at 1, 2, 3, or 4. Is how long people actually spend watching your videos. So if you have a 2-hour live stream, you just added 2 hours of watch time per user to your YouTube channel. So you're helping 2 fronts. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So as far as I'm concerned, as a gamer, YouTube could easily take me away from Twitch. So not only are you helping me grow my YouTube channel, but you're paying me more. You're helping me save time by auto archiving. And you're just overall helping me build my brand. Not that Twitch isn't doing it, and I'm not actually, I'm not bad mouthing Twitch in any way. I absolutely feel like Twitch is a very strong competitor. Right now, it is the biggest gaming network. So,
for the time being.
Yeah, for the time being. But I absolutely think that Twitch does have something to currently worry about as far as YouTube gaming is concerned.
Plus, YouTube has like a bigger clientele base. Like, I think they have 1 billion viewers. I don't know if it's per unique viewers per month.
I'd believe it. I don't actually have that stat, but I'd absolutely believe it.
So I mean, your videos are getting out to more people, period.
Well, they have the potential to. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, dude, YouTube gaming right now is going to be something that Twitch has to watch out for. Absolutely.
They do, man. They do. I wonder how Twitch is. I mean, granted, they've got Amazon behind them, so I know Twitch definitely spoke about, not directly, but spoke about the shift in the whole live streaming market
Right.
And they basically stated that, there is a roadmap for Twitch. Like, and whatever moves they're going to be making is going to be bettering Twitch. And not only just like better moves, but coming out with more features at a faster rate than they were able to before. Right. Because of Amazon's backing.
Right.
So, I mean, I think, I don't know, it's like too close to call it. Like, as far as like, whether a gamer would switch or not, it'll be interesting to watch. But even from just like a business standpoint, like, if it was me, I'd definitely give YouTube the time of day if I was a gamer. I
mean, you gotta remember, I used to actually, I don't do it as much, but I used to actually watch and very frequently watch Twitch live streams from, different people out there. And you quickly realize after watching at least 3 to maybe 4 or 5 Twitchers, I'm gonna call them, game streamers, you quickly realize that there are 2 types of gamers as far as the whole Twitch space and YouTube space is concerned. You have channel creators or content creators, video creators, people that they're definitely out here to make videos. And then you have people that are out here to strictly stream videos. They don't care about building a channel. They do care about building a user base, but there are some that don't care about making videos like, oh guys, check this out. Nah, they legit have a schedule and they get on, they game for 2 hours at this every day at maybe 9 to 3. They game every day. Like, that's like legit. There was a person that their YouTube channel wasn't active, but their Twitch channel was crazy because that's all they did. I mean, even for someone like me, it's super easy to just build a schedule, stick to that schedule, and that's it. You game for 2 hours. If you just think about it, my schedule right now is I legit have 3 hours a night to do anything. So for me, if I set my schedule to 8 p.m. every night, I'll be on gaming. I do it pretty much anyway. I get on and game for a few hours, and then I'm out ready for work the next morning. So if they get up and they put a schedule up, I'm gonna game from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. every night. I don't have to now spend from 11 to 1 editing that video and uploading it to YouTube. True. You know what I'm saying? I'm still getting that subscriber. True. You know what I mean? I'm you're subscribing to my YouTube channel, you're subscribing to my Twitch channel. I'm still gonna get that subscriber because I'm gaming. Catch me tomorrow at 8. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the same amount of work in as far as creating the content is concerned. It's just the after. There's no post-production for people that live stream. And if that's the case, then you don't really need YouTube. All you really need is Twitch as far as that's concerned, because the people that are on Twitch are looking for that type of thing. You're used to that.
Well, YouTube was already doing like gaming live streams. Like, they had gaming live stream channels before YouTube gaming launched.
Right.
From what I understand. But those channels were extremely hard to find. Like, they were like kind of in the mix of all the YouTube content of the world. So if I was a person that wanted to check out your live stream and like I'm searching your name, I'm going to find a whole bunch of other stuff in there that might not specifically be related to your channel per se. And that was one of the flaws that YouTube had with the whole gaming thing, like back in 2014, 2013. I think I almost want to say they started like actually implementing live streaming and kind of like leaning towards gaming in 2011. But with this YouTube gaming thing, like, it's extremely, extremely easy for you to find like what's live, find your favorite guy's channel, subscribe to them. Like right there on like the homepage, it actually like shows you, okay, these are live streams happening right now,
right?
Like the top ones or whatever. And then videos like, yo, guys, check this out. Here's me doing XYZ, or this is how you unlock this in this specific game. Like, they've got channels like that in there as well. So I feel like they cover both aspects. They cover both aspects of the spectrum. So I don't know if like, I wouldn't say like, yo, if you're the streaming guy and you only stream, stick with Twitch. Like, I really feel like YouTube's got they've got a foot, like a solid foot in the door, especially with the streaming thing. Because the first thing that I checked out, it was like the first thing that popped up on the home screen was a live stream with like a whole bunch of people in that stream, like talking and you know, doing their due while they're watching like this dude like shoot up some aliens. Right. So I mean, like it's like you were saying earlier, like, yo, if I can live stream, no post-production, and then on top of that, it's getting archived to my YouTube account, I'm getting not only those subscribers, but it's like I'm in a base where there's a larger crowd, like there's more clientele, right? It's already archived for me on my YouTube channel. I'm getting a little bit more revenue share. I don't know. Like, I don't see why not switch.
Yeah. I mean, again,
switch Twitch. Switch from Twitch.
Here's why I wouldn't hashtag switch from Twitch. Here's why I wouldn't say switch from Twitch. I mean, what if you have 90,000 followers on Twitch?
Unless you have like a awesome client base on Twitch.
Like you're not gonna. It's gonna be very hard for you to get
that 90.
Those people.
Depending on the following though, because if a person like launched a video and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be on YouTube," I highly doubt that the people that have a Twitch account that actually like watch things on Twitch are oblivious to what YouTube is.
Right.
Like they're gonna. It'll be like a mad easy transition for the viewer.
If they care to transition.
You know unless they're like a Twitch diehard, like, yo, I'm all about this Twitch life, hashtag Twitch.
Or just used to it. Just used to Twitch.
But bro, the interface is mad similar.
Yeah, but again, trust me, bro, it's very hard sometimes to get users to do things, and it could actually be very easy to do it, and it's like explaining, yo, dude, this is actually better for you. It actually will save you time. I'm stuck in this way. Again, I have people that I can give just a certain example. I have people that I work with. I'm like, yo, if you use this program, it'll actually save you half an hour doing this one thing.
Make you money.
And they're like, yeah, that's cool, but I have to learn that. It's like, bro, it's not much learning. It's like it's actually very simple to what you have. Like, for instance, let's use Microsoft Word and Google Docs as an example. Those interfaces are very simple. They're very simple, and a lot of the things are actually named the same exact thing. It's just that, hey, I don't see a W in the corner, so I don't want to use it. What? Like, File actually has the same exact things that File does on Word as it does on Google Docs. Yeah. It's the same thing, but they're used to Word. They just want to open up Word. I don't want to change. I'm good. This isn't broken. I want to keep this. All the people that I am subscribed to, I'm subscribed to in my Twitch account right now. I don't want to have to go find all of that in YouTube and follow start pal. I don't want to have two apps running on my phone just because this one person wants to switch over. Some people switching from Twitch may actually lose viewers if they completely switch from Twitch. Because I'm telling you, there are some people, for instance, Chantel, your wife, she has her Pandora account. You have a Google Music account. You said, hey, let's rebuild your Pandora account in Google Music. And what was the first thing that she said?
She was like, yo, I don't want to have to import my playlist. It was a Spotify.
Spotify. Sorry. Yeah, Spotify.
But she didn't want to have to import her playlist and blah, blah, blah.
And all of that stuff can be found on Google Music, right? Yeah. And it's much easier to just have that one account. Yeah. Isn't Google Music, well, when at the time you were to sign up, wouldn't it have been cheaper than Spotify?
Yes, it was actually cheaper. And she still wanted
because she was used to that.
Yeah, nah. And even with your Google Docs analogy, like I've had to run through that so much. Like at my job, we did the switch from Microsoft to Google, and
so many people fought you.
It was rough, man.
That's crazy. Like, why does it fighting, have to be a
but
battle?
It was rough. It was rough. I don't know.
Because it's so easy.
I mean, now that they're in it and we've been in it for a while, like they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
What did I do without this? What is Google? What is Word?
But still, man, like I still had one of the my coworkers come to me and they're like, yo, there's an email list that I sent them like a while back and just showed them how easy it was for you to send like an email list to somebody else, and they received it. We verified it, whatever. And like a couple months later, she comes in and she's like, yo, I don't see this email list. And I was like, but we like checked it. You had it. Like, where's it at? Apparently she was like opening up her Outlook. And I was like, it's not going to be an Outlook. You got to go onto your browser and type in Gmail. So the switch, I mean, it happens, but user bases, man, like the end user is a very complicated, complicated mechanism.
Yeah, man.
Very complicated species.
I mean, if you're like a diehard. Oh, also, I forgot one very important feature of Twitch. Some of those subscriptions. There are subscriptions and there are follows in Twitch. Follows are free. Subscriptions are $4.99. Dude, if I'm subscribed to 10 people, you better believe I'm watching them on Twitch.
Sure.
You're telling me that you're gonna go to YouTube Gaming now and I paid to watch you? Yeah, so
pay
now
your $4.99. I think it's $5 on YouTube as well.
Is it paid on YouTube as well?
Yeah, I there's like a $5 thing. I need to look into it a little bit more.
Well, then
but there is like a $5 subscription thing. I'm not familiar with the follows versus subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, it might be the same thing. If they're going head to head, usually features are pretty mirrored. Yeah. But so see, thanks for throwing that in there. Thanks for throwing that other wrench in the chain. So now I'm paying you $10 to watch you. And hey, look, bye. If you're not a huge influence or big entertainment value, or if I'm not fully subscribed to you to the point where I'm just gonna spend another $5 to watch you, if I could really care less, or even if I'm just following you, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably not gonna care that you left too much. Again, you're gonna get those out of the 90,000. You're probably gonna get a solid user base of maybe 60, 70,000. That would be like, yo, for sure I'll follow you. But I've seen people's YouTube pages with 2 million subscribers and a Facebook page of 30,000.
Yeah.
So 2 million to 30,000. Yeah. Not even half the user base follows them on another network. Why? You get what I'm saying? So it's hard if you're already into the whole Twitch thing. You're fully into Twitch. Like, now I got to change my viewer. So I mean,
it'll be interesting, man, to see how that whole thing plays out.
I am definitely happy for YouTube Gaming though. Like, anything Google, like, keep coming out with stuff.
Anything Alphabet. Technically this is Google. Come
out with a paint so I could paint my room or something. I don't care, man. If it's Google, I'm most likely down.
Google Paint.
Yeah, I'm most likely down, bro. I love Google, so I'm very, very interested.
What's it gonna take for you to switch over to Google Keep?
That's touche. Touche. For those of you that don't know, Evernote has my heart as my note-taking app or anything. As a matter of fact, FlyGeek is planned within Evernote. Yeah. I know that Matt personally uses Google Keep.
I mean, I use both. I use Keep just for like quick notes. I don't write out like long stories in Keep, but I also don't write out quick notes in Evernote.
Yeah. So now I write everything. Like, as far as I'm concerned, if I want to keep it, if I want to remember it, if I want to keep it, if I want to remember it, it goes in Evernote for me. I'm just again, there you go. There you go with another user base. Like, I love Google to death.
End user, man. But
currently Google, the way that you would get me to use Keep is if you bought Evernote and named it Keep. That's how you would get me to use Keep. Because at the end of the day, Evernote has everything I need and more. The Evernote has things that Keep doesn't.
It does. But I think Keep is focused in on a specific thing, though. Yeah. Like, Keep is like, yo, we're like trimming off the fat. Like, we're going to be lean.
Does Keep have folders yet?
Notes. Folders? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right, see? I can't organize my life.
Keep is just like, yo, we're about
Keep
these
is
notes.
for a one-person user.
Keep is about these notes.
Yeah.
Evernote is about...
Come on, say something dumb.
Everything.
It's in the name.
it's about everything. It's about having notebooks. It's about putting in like web pages. It's about putting like photos. And granted, Keep can do those things. It's about like
it's just
collaborating.
Better.
It's about like all this other hodgepodge of jazz.
Listen,
Keep is like, yo, pull your phone out, take a little note down, slide that thing back in your pocket, go about your life. Keep is like my notepad. On my computer, I use Notepad. Do you use Notepad? Well, yeah, you use Notepad. You're a developer.
I'm a developer, but I don't use Notepad.
You don't use Notepad whatsoever.
I don't need to.
Okay. All right. Well, Keep is my Notepad.
Right.
Like when I need to jot something
down
real quick.
I would explain everything. I'm glad that you use Keep as a. So here's the thing, people. Keep is Notepad. Evernote is Word.
For me. For me personally.
Period.
No,
Keep
for me
is
personally.
Notepad.
I'm pretty sure there's people out there.
Notepad.
There are people out there that are about this Keep life.
The features.
There are people out here.
Tell the truth.
There are people out here.
That's an amazing.
Well, because I made the analogy.
No, but it's true. But it's true. It's true. Keep is. Now, tell me, do you not agree that Keep is Notepad and Evernote is Word?
I just made the analogy, but
you didn't finish it.
Okay,
you alley-ooped.
But there's times
I caught it inducted.
There's times when
where you need a real note-taking app.
No, when you need Notepad. Like for me personally, like when Notepad. I'm in a situation where I need to jot down something like whatever, I'm sketching out an idea and I don't want to be extremely formal about it. Like I'd rather not open up Word for some reason. I don't know why my mind works like this. Why would you open up Word
to jot a note down? Open up Evernote.
No, if I'm on my computer, a lot of times I just jot down stuff in Notepad. I don't know why I do it. Okay. I've got all these note taking applications.
So see, let's go back to that whole end user having a hard head thing, right?
I'm the end user, bro.
I'm gonna show you how it's easier in Evernote, and you're still gonna use Notepad after this conversation right now.
Because whatever you're gonna tell me, I'm already gonna know how to do in Evernote
and not do it.
I'm most likely not going to do it.
So that's what I'm saying. Evernote is easy, and I'm gonna show you in one click how you're going to accomplish what you have to accomplish in 2 to 3 clicks in Notepad.
Go ahead. Explain this to me.
Click 1. You open Evernote.
That's not one click, though.
You open Evernote. You click 1 and open Evernote. You type
Are you talking about their desktop app?
Yeah.
I hate their desktop app.
Oh, their desktop app works amazingly for me.
The most
we'll have another conversation about that because
disturbing application that I have on my computer right now. I think I deleted it because of how dissatisfied I was with that.
I honestly think it's your computer
with that program. It's not my computer. It's everywhere.
All right, we'll move on. So this is probably going to be in 6 or 7 because we're going to discuss these.
I don't want to discuss this. But go ahead.
All right, so Evernote. You click it.
Okay.
You just click. For me personally, again, if you're a single user note taker,
a single program note taker.
No, a single user note taker, and I'm gonna explain what that means.
Go ahead.
When I use Evernote, I could use it as FlyGeek. I could use it as Designs by Charles. I could use it as Series 7. I could use it as DVC 4G TV. I could use it as anything. Like, I have many uses that I could use it as. So I have different sections of Evernote that I use. And for me, I would go into my section or just use it as a general note-taking app, which I use it for as well. So for you'd click it one time. Again, you're a single user experience. So for you, it would be one click because you're already in general. You probably wouldn't have it sectioned out, but maybe you would because I think sectioning could help even single users. You could put bills or groceries or I don't use Evernote for that kind of thing. Personally,
that's what I use Keep for bills or groceries.
See what I'm saying? So
it's
your life experience could be much better.
It's like taking your car to drive to the trash bin in front of your house. Who would take their car and drive it? Like using Evernote for small things like that. For me personally, is like using your car to drive to. You know how we have trash at the front of the house? using your car to drive to the front of the house to get your trash, and then hopping out the car.
You know what I'm gonna do with this analogy? You know what I'm gonna do with this analogy?
Like,
I'm not gonna respond to it. I'm gonna let the listeners respond in the comments below.
Keep is like, yo, you just going outside and walking to do the small tasks. Like, if you're gonna drive to Publix to go and pick up groceries, right? You're not gonna walk to Publix to pick up your groceries. You're gonna drive to Publix. That's what I use Evernote for. Like, I use Evernote for the big tasks.
Okay. Evernote could be used for both.
It could be used for both. But really for me, in my mind, it's like,
see, it's
Evernote.
I personally rather, and again, it's fine because I've got like
all these notebooks I gotta sift through. Like with Keep, it's just right there in your face.
See, Keep is unorganized. You can't organize it.
I don't need to organize it. It's just my note taking.
Like, I'm glad that you said that.
I don't need to organize
because that absolutely is you. You don't need to be organized. That's absolutely
I'm organized
you.
in Evernote. I am.
So as far as that is concerned, I personally like an app that is powerful enough for the big and the small, and dislike an app that is not powerful enough for the big and the small. Now you're forcing me to use 2 apps when I could just use 1.
Dude, I'm all about that 2 app.
Yeah, see.
Yo,
that's what I'm saying. You have to be streamlined, pimpin'.
You can't be out here talking about Evernote, man, for 20 years. Let's get in this, man. Yo, talk to me about this M. What is this M?
M. Marshmallow?
It stands for Matt Marshmallow. Milkshake?
Milkshake. Why do you want to
bring Facebook milkshake?
Because it'll bring all the... Never mind. All right, so people. Let's talk about this M. Facebook M. Facebook has a new app.
Okay.
I don't know if the world needs it, but let's talk a little bit about it. This morning, Facebook announced that they've begun testing M. You're probably asking yourself, well, probably not, because you probably know by now, but you're probably asking yourself when you heard that, the same thing I asked myself, well, what is M? M apparently is a personal assistant that lives within Facebook Messenger. Let me go ahead and address that right now.
That lives in Facebook Messenger.
Within Facebook Messenger.
Interesting.
So let's address that. It's a personal assistant, a la Google Now, Cortana, Siri, that lives within
another
the
application. Right? So it's like the Inception,
right?
Application,
which makes sense
because application in an application.
I understand that Facebook isn't an OS, so they need an app to have their
within an app.
But see, what's weird to me is
they were an OS.
Why is it in Messenger? It's a little weird to me. But that's fine. And here's another thing. It's in Messenger. No one uses that because of all your. So now, okay. You know what? Let me get through this story, and then I'm gonna get in on this Messenger thing. It's powered by AI and actual humans, and it completes tasks on the user's behalf. M can purchase items, like deliver gifts. It can deliver gifts to friends and family, book restaurants, and make travel arrangements or appointments, and a lot more, apparently. I don't know what a lot more is, but it can apparently do a lot more. It's interactive, and you interact with it similar to how you would interact to it with a human, which is just like any AI, any artificial intelligence on, again, a la Google Now, Siri, or Cortana from Microsoft. You ask it questions, and you can ask it questions and have it answer you about things that you previously talked to it about, which is... I don't know about that part. I mean, it's again, it's pushed by or it is powered by artificial intelligence and humans as well. So what that means is pretty much this in a nutshell. Apparently, we could have a conversation in the morning Matt, you and I could have a conversation in the morning, and then I could write you at 6 p.m. and say, hey, you remember the thing we were talking about earlier about FlyGeek Radio or whatever, and put something. And apparently M will remember what you talked about this morning and continue the conversation.
That is pretty dope.
I mean, it's pretty cool. So I'm interested in, but see, here's my problem with that. It all lives
inside of
within Messenger. And the fact that it knows what we talked about this morning and it asks for all those permissions, you're saying to use this potentially cool new AI, I have to give you these permissions.
Yeah, I feel like Facebook for a very long, since the creation of Facebook Messenger, Facebook has been
dawn of time.
Facebook has trying to get users to make the switch over to Facebook Messenger. That's how I feel. Yeah. So with them taking Messenger out of the Facebook app itself, making sure that you have to download Messenger to use Messenger mobilely. Different things like that. Like they've been really like trying to get people to be on board with this Messenger thing. And maybe a lot of their permissions from before with Messenger was to collect data to make this Cortana, Google Now, artificial intelligent version of or app that lives within the app of Messenger.
Right.
Because I don't know if Facebook is like the type of like company that, I mean, and granted, I don't know Facebook that well as a company, and what they do behind closed doors. But I don't know if they're that company that's just gonna like collect data on you and just be nosy about it, like a hacker or something. Like I don't feel like they want all that data for absolutely no reason, granted, or to be malicious with it.
Right. Well, Facebook's too big to use information to be malicious.
But
go ahead.
But with the bro, I use Messenger. The reason why I use Messenger is because there are certain people that I have to get in communication with.
You guys didn't see him when he looked at me when he said he used Messenger.
I looked down.
It was like when a child does something wrong and they look at their parents like, Mom, I broke the dishwasher, and just looked at him like, Mom, I broke your dishes, I broke your glass, I broke they just looked at me and like I had a. Like I'm not
ashamed.
I am disgusted.
I'm not ashamed to tell the world that I use Facebook Messenger on my mobile device.
You should be.
I use it because I need to.
You give them permission to do a lot of stuff.
I do. I give them permission to do a lot of things.
And you don't care.
Not that I don't care, but
can't help it.
They haven't given me a reason to lose faith in them yet. And this is definitely arguable. Like, because if they did give me a reason to be like, yo, like I regret giving them those permissions, then it would already have been too late because I'd already given them those permissions and the damage would have already been done.
Right.
But right now, like in my mind, Facebook as a company hasn't given me a reason to feel afraid of them having the access that they do. And I know everybody's gonna have their own opinion, like about it. Like, there's definitely people that are like super anti-messenger, anti the man having, so much information, anti-Big Brother, that whole vibe, and that's fine. That's what makes the world so colorful.
And you're just like, man,
I'm just like,
live a little.
I'm just like, I'm okay with it because the way that I look at it, the way that. Nah. But the way that I look at it is that the platform that you're running your device on, if Android wanted to steal that data without even telling you, it could. Like, the larger base, like, if Nexus wanted to steal that data, if Motorola wanted to steal that data and build hardware underneath that would, like, somehow wirelessly give them information, or even like a Trojan, like a hardware Trojan backdoor, I don't know, like anything that, like all these other bigger, like we're looking at the small application, but there's so many ways, even without us knowing, for people to steal our information. And I don't think that those ways don't exist. I feel like there are companies that do those things. But
let me jump into that last thing you just said about if the companies that you actually use your devices on wanted to do something, that they could. I think it, for some people at least, it goes with saying, it goes into the thing where it's like, I control what I can. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned,
those are things that you can't control.
I could get in a car and drive to work and get in an accident. I could jump out of a plane and kill myself if the parachute doesn't open. No one forced me to jump out of a plane. I didn't have to get paid. But I got to get in a car to go to work. You know, it's something that I got to do. It's I can control my outcome as far as, hey, I didn't die jumping out of a plane. I didn't die swimming with sharks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in my crib, I was in my car. If I died that way, I couldn't control that. Fine, I still died. But I could control jumping out of a plane. I could control downloading an app that's telling me that they could possibly maliciously do something. It's okay. Would you download a camera app that said, we want to be able to send text messages to your contacts, just because people are raving about this camera app and the quality that it could give you compared to your stock app? We want to be able to message your friends. A camera app. Would you give that app permission?
No, I would not give that app permission.
Why?
Because I don't think a camera app should have that type of permission. But here, going off of what you just said earlier.
Messaging app has that.
Going off of what you were just saying earlier, though. Well, back to the camera app thing. Like, if the I think Facebook is big enough for them to like not use my stuff maliciously. For a developer to develop a camera application, like, I don't know who that developer is.
Facebook camera.
If you,
why would a camera app
if it was Facebook camera, and I felt like, I needed this camera app, then I would download the app. I probably would download the app. Going back to your original, jumping off the plane, you want to control what you can control. You can control whether or not you have a smartphone. Like, you can control. There's people out there that don't. There's people out there that specifically don't use. And I think I'm not sure if that's the reason why, but one of your coworkers, don't really mess with smartphones.
Well, he's an older guy. He just doesn't care.
But there are people out there that I know, not that I know of on a personal, one-on-one relationship, but I know of that don't use smartphones for those reasons. They don't want to be tracked. If the FBI was doing an investigation on you, they can get in contact with your mobile subscriber, T-Mobile, Verizon, whoever you're with, to get information on you. Personally. Absolutely. All those things are controllable instances. It depends on how far you want to take the control.
Right.
I still think that the argument in and of itself is it's all subjective. How much control are you going to give? Because you're still giving them control. Ultimately, you being subscribed, being a Verizon subscriber, having a smartphone, using Google services, using Gmail, all those things, you're giving the services that you're subscribed to your information with the trust that, they're not going to use this information maliciously, right? For example, why does Gmail, I mean, and I'm pretty sure there's probably valid reasons, but why would Gmail need to know your phone number? If I was a user that was specifically using Gmail for emailing.
You want to know why?
I don't. It's a rhetorical question.
Well, if I was, that's an easy.
Well, go ahead.
That's known though.
If you want to,
they use it for verification. What's the first thing you do when you sign up? You get text a number for two.
But that was something that they started doing recently. Two-step verification just came in. Two-step verification was not around 5-6 years ago.
But to sign up with Gmail, you could enter a code or your phone number to get a text message. That's always been there.
Gmail itself has been around for a long time. When I was in high school, there was no two-step verification.
Forget the two-step part.
Hold on.
You had to verify your Gmail account with a phone number.
No, you didn't.
Your Google account? Yes, you did.
Your Gmail account back in 2007, 2006, you did not verify it with a phone number.
You could verify
you
it with the
probably
phone.
could, but you did not have to.
Oh, fine.
All right.
You could verify. So why did they ask? It was optional.
So
That's why they asked.
So back to that specific instance.
Yeah.
Like, we still give them that information.
Right.
Correct? All right. So they have that information. Maybe you don't necessarily use like Gmail's or Google's services. You don't have a Google account that needs your phone number for whatever you're going to be using your Google account for. If I'm just using my Google account for emails, there should be no reason for them to have my phone number, but they do. We give them our address. For what reason? Like, so for all these other, like, there's, and it's in just that specific scenario is extremely, like, there's so many other scenarios that warp around that entire premise. Like, I think the whole Big Brother versus end user thing, like with the Facebook Messenger versus like, yo, what am I going to allow them to do? Like, how far back do you really want to take it? Like, how nitty gritty do you really want to be with it? So, like, you can be an extremist, or you can be the person that's like, I don't want Facebook Messenger because they want this, that, and that. But Facebook Messenger is telling you, yo, I'm taking this. What if Facebook Messenger didn't tell you I'm taking this information and just did it anyway? You know, like, there's companies that'll do that. Like, you don't, I mean, and I'm pretty sure, like, it might be in, like, their small print, but there's a lot of, like, crazy stuff that goes on within these companies' small prints that a lot of end users don't know about. The Facebook thing is...
As far as permissions, you can't. When you install the app verifies permissions.
Yes. I understand that. But on the bigger scale of the entire topic, like, there are companies that you don't, like, they give you the information that they're going to be taking out, but you don't see that information. It's not something that's well known. When you download an application, it tells you right in front of your face, because of Google's, like, setup with Android, what this application is going to need uses for. Permissions for. Yeah, what they're going to need to get access into.
Right.
But how far do you want to take the Big Brother thing? And I think that's something that I ask myself. Like, how far do I want to take it? Like, if I'm going to use T-Mobile, like, how far do I want to take? Because I can be an extremist and be like, yo, I'm not going to use any type of cell phone service because I think Big Brother is watching me. Or I could be a minutist and be like, yo, I'm not going to use Facebook because I feel like Facebook is watching me. Like, how far do you really want to take it? You're still going to be watched.
I will say, yeah, I was just going to say that, like, no matter what you do, you're always going to be watched. Yeah. You're watched, period. If it's a device or anything, if any information that you don't want to be out touches a device that touches internet, you are
susceptible to
you absolutely
to having that information known to the world.
Right. So so that's one thing that I want to make sure that I get out to the viewers. Like, nothing is safe on anything. Yeah. That, especially if it touches the internet, it's not safe. Just don't even think that it's private, because it's very possible, which is another reason why I don't use Google Photos. I don't want my photos uploaded to Google servers. Anything can be hacked. I want you to work harder to hack my specific device. If you want to hack, if you get my photos, work harder.
You know, because that you're not going to hack Google that we send over Hangouts
is Google Photos. Absolutely.
So, I mean, it just depends on how far you're taking it. But
I do want to jump back to the Messenger thing real quick, because I wanted to say one thing. Certain companies, like Google is one of them, that if they ask you for a certain thing that they don't require, but it's optional, you still have the option to say, yeah, I'll give you that, because you want to use a certain feature. You get what I'm saying? For instance, address. There are lots of Google navigation features to giving Google your address. I can just say, okay, Google, navigate home, without giving them an address. How can I do that? Because I gave Google my address. Yeah. Prior, on sign up, I gave them my address. I gave them my address to my job. Okay, Google, navigate me to work. You get what I'm saying? And now I'm going to my job without having to remember or say my job's address. Google can on the cards, Google can say, hey, it's 15 minutes to work, because they have my address for my work, or it's going to take you X amount of more minutes. It's going to be 30 more minutes because there's an accident up the road before you get home. But it's optional. I don't have to. I can still use Google now without getting that feature. You get what I'm saying? As far as Messenger is concerned, why don't you give me the option to give you access to my text messages? I don't need Messenger to have access to my contacts. I don't need Messenger to have access to my text messages. You can easily turn it off, and then whatever feature that you have for me, don't give it to me.
Well, here's the thing. Messenger gets access to your contacts so that it can give you basically, well, let me finish that sentence. Messenger has access to your contacts so that it can connect you to other Facebook Messenger people. With this, but hold on, with this world and this setup, basically what we're doing is we're relinquishing our privacy, we're relinquishing our information for companies in return or exchange for services. Like, ultimately, like, I feel like that's what we're doing. So we're giving Google this information. We're going to allow Google to know where we live, so that way when we use a service, they can give us like
but it's
ease
optional.
of service.
It's optional.
Ease of service. It can be optional, and it's optional to install Facebook Messenger as well. That's
but
why you don't have it.
It's not optional to use Facebook Messenger and not give them that information. I can use Google and not give them that information.
Yes, but you can use Facebook and not have Facebook Messenger.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's two separate things. It's two separate things. I'm not arguing Facebook's permissions, because Facebook doesn't ask me for half the things Messenger asks
you're
for.
talking about Messenger's permissions,
right,
versus Google's permissions. Right. Those two things, if you're going to do that, then you should argue like Google versus Facebook itself, because Google is a holding hub for other things that probably ask you for permissions for other things. Like Facebook Messenger is a specific app owned by Facebook that asks you for all these permissions. You don't necessarily need to use Facebook Messenger, just like you don't necessarily need to use Google Maps. For example, you have to turn your GPS on for your Google Maps to work accurately, right? So Google needs to have GPS permissions for that. It's not optional in Google Maps. Google Maps has to have that permission on your phone.
But just like that's not the same thing, man.
How is that?
It's not the same thing. Maps isn't asking me for permission to use my camera. You know why? Maps doesn't need to take a picture of anything. I don't need to take a picture to send someone a message on Facebook.
Permission for your camera is... Let me further explain.
That's exactly what Messenger does. Ask for permissions for stuff it doesn't need.
Let me further explain. So, and granted, like that stuff is what it needs. Like, we don't know why and what Facebook is using that information for per se. For example, you brought up the contacts thing. Yeah. Like, I don't know. And if we had a list of all of Facebook's permissions, then maybe we can have a more valid argument as to, they need this, they don't need this, they need this, they don't need this. I don't have a list of Facebook's permissions.
Well, if you Google Facebook permissions, you'll see a lot of stuff they don't need.
Okay, but going back to the original premise, the original conversation with Google and Facebook and their applications that they have underneath those two companies, right? You don't necessarily need, if you don't want Messenger to have those permissions, then just don't install Messenger, which is something that a lot of people already do. If you don't want Google to know your specific location all the time, then just don't use Maps. Don't activate Maps for that first time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if it's either way you look at it, whatever Facebook is saying that it needs, and even in a broader sense, bro, like, if Google wanted to, like, maybe Maps has like an ability to get into your camera without like showing its permission, since it's owned by Google, since it's Android. Like, the web spans out so big. So again, Big Brother's watching. Again, whatever you want to download,
that's speculation. That's speculation. It's not speculation. It's fact.
But hear me out.
Facebook Messenger asks for stuff it doesn't need. That's a fact.
But it is fact that Google could do that. That is a fact. They have the ability to do that.
Again, everyone has the ability, but it's not fact that they do it. It's fact that Facebook Messenger does it.
Here's my thing.
And they don't need it.
Here's my thing. And we don't know whether or not
you're even answering to something I'm not even talking about. But you're arguing Facebook versus Google. I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing me using Maps and me using Messenger. If someone writes me on Facebook, I cannot check that message with the Facebook app installed. I can't check that message without using Messenger. Correct. I can get information on navigation without using Google Maps on Google Now. I don't need to use Google Maps. They force me to use Messenger just to check my messages. They don't force you to use Messenger. They do, because you can't check it without it.
Hold on. So
you cannot check that message without it. They do not
force you to use Messenger.
Yes, they do.
You choose to use Messenger.
No,
if you wanted to, hold on, bro. If you wanted to, you can hop on your computer and check Messenger through there. It's not a forced thing.
Yes, they do. Hold on. When you click on messages in the Facebook application, I'm not talking about the computer. Mm-hmm. Open up Google Now on your phone. You don't have to touch maps to get information about navigation. You have to open Messenger to check messages on your phone. You have to. They force you to. Click messages in your Facebook app right now, and it will tell you you must install XYZ to check this message. You have to. They force you to.
Let's move on.
Because they want those permissions.
Let's move on. So, S Pen. It's flaw. Samsung S Pen's flaw.
We're not done with that. For now, M is going to be used, is only tested for a few hundred people in San Francisco. And apparently the goal is to roll that garbage out to people everywhere. Eventually, I will test M on a throwaway device along with Cortana, and the king of AI, which is Google Now. We will eventually get Siri into those tests as well, to test the accuracy and what you can actually do with all of the separate AI features of the different companies. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. As far as I'm concerned, I honestly think Google Now is enough, but we'll see if the other guys can match what's going on with AI. So talk to me about this foolishness that people are telling me about with some S Pen. Let's talk about other idiots in the world.
So the S Pen flaw. Apparently, if you insert your S Pen the opposite way, like for example, with your Note 4, if you reverse the way that the S Pen goes in and it slides in, and that's fine. If you did that with the Note 5, then you would have just broke your phone. It would become extremely difficult for you to remove. You would have broken the mechanisms that are inside of the phone in and of itself. And as far as Samsung and their response to this was kind of like, you guys should have read your booklet. Little booklet that you get inside of your phone inside of your phone box when you buy a new phone that everybody kind of dashes over to the side. The thing when you watch an unboxing that every unboxer kind of throws away. So that's where it's at right now. If you got a Note 5, don't reverse your S Pen because you will break your phone. It's reversible, so you can literally reverse it, put it in, and it will slide completely into the phone itself. But once you slide it in there, it will break your phone. So it's not made to be reversible, but you have the ability to do so. How you feeling, bro? I've owned the Note 2. I was with you when we were friends when you had the Note 1. I know with the Note 1, the Note 2, I believe, I'm not 100% certain, but probably the Note 3 as well. The pen itself was made in such a way that it would not reverse. So it was cut out in a specific way so that would almost like when you play blocks when you're a kid and you're trying to put the shape in the block, this pen is not going to go in this way. The square is not going to go into the star space. So it was impossible before for you to reverse it. With the Note 4, that was one of the features that the S Pen had. Now you can put your pen in however you want. This way, that way. You can slide it in reversibly. The Note 5...
Wait. So let's just clarify that fourth, the 4's comment. when you say reversible, just know that you only mean this way.
Yes, that way.
That way, because
that's the way that people are breaking their phone.
No, this is not the way that people are breaking their phone. People are breaking their phone by doing this. The pen now, you can push down and it pops up.
Clicks, yeah.
The click. Okay, so of course it can fit in, you know what I'm saying? Of course it can slide in because it's not, there's no groove to catch to pull it out. You get what I'm saying? But people are breaking it by putting it in the other way. And that's why, like, when we briefly spoke about it earlier, I'm just like, you honestly, now if this was the way, so when we were speaking on Hangouts before, you thought that I meant this way?
Yeah.
You thought that I meant people were stupid for doing this?
Yes.
Okay, so let's clarify that. I'm happy. I'm really happy to hear that you that's what you thought I was talking about, because honestly, I was a little worried for you if you thought that this could happen by accident. If you thought that this could happen by accident, like literally flipping the pen upside down and trying to insert it, you naturally hold it like this.
It's from the clicky side in.
Yes, the clicky side in. That's what they mean by reversible. Okay. They don't mean by flipping the pen.
Then if that's the case, then that's sad. Why would you put it in that way? But I can still, I'm gonna say, still, Jesus, like, there can
thank
be
you for clarifying
grandmas out there that just never
with
had
a Note 5.
Just put
the pen.
I know
in
grandmas
wrong.
with Note 5s.
All right.
Well, not with Note 5s, but I know grandmas with really good smartphones.
I doubt that a grandma is gonna have a Note 5 and not know how to insert her S Pen. I highly doubt that. Considering I know old people that don't even see the value in having a smartphone.
There could be some. There could be.
Well, then I'm going to tell them what I'm going to tell the rest of the world right now that have done this by quote unquote accident. You all are idiots. All of you. If you have inserted and I'm going on the record, Charles Francis said it, you don't want to listen to this podcast anymore because you found out tonight that you were an idiot, that is your problem. You inserting your S Pen upside down is dumb. I'm sorry. And I love Samsung's response to this. People are making a big deal out of the S Pen flaw or S Pen gate or pen gate or whatever. Come on. You're an absolute idiot if you decided to use your pen wrong. It's a no-brainer. Are you going to flip a pen on the other side of the pen to write on a piece of paper? No, you naturally pull the pen out and you naturally write on the screen. It's a natural movement to take your pen back to the bottom of the screen. It's unnatural to do this. That is unnatural, to flip the pen upside down or flip the pen upside down the other way just to go in. So if you accidentally got your pen stuck and you didn't do it on purpose after you heard about this, then you are absolutely an idiot. I mean, and maybe you deserve your phone to be broken.
Maybe they were like messing around with it and just poking it in. They're like, "Oh, it slides in this way. Look at that." And
you deserve to see, and that's what playing gets you. There are video games if you want to play.
I wouldn't classify you guys as idiots. I'm not as
harsh. Well, I'm sorry.
I'm
gonna be harsh,
but it is a problem. I don't know if Samsung's response was as accepting of the situation as other responses that I've seen from stupid customers doing stupid. Well, not stupid customers, but customers.
The truth comes out. People
doing. I was saying stupid because there's other stupid things that people have done,
like putting your pen upside down,
like breaking your iPhone by bending it.
Oh, that's...
And they're like, oh, this is
no.
That
I'm currently bending my Note 4.
Yeah, and that's fine. But who sits there and bends their phones?
Well, that's true. Well, again, how did they find out about it? It was in a pants pocket.
Yeah, a pants pocket.
Yeah,
and that's understandable.
And they sat on the phone. I've done that plenty of times.
Taking your phone and trying to bend it is dumb.
Was after.
So it's
possible to put it in your pocket and bend it. It's a piece of crap phone.
To the S Pen thing. I'm sorry, guys, that you guys broke your phones. Let's just hope that you got Jump or some type of insurance.
You're dumb. I'm sorry.
It's not.
You're dumb.
It could happen, bro. It could happen.
It's
like you might be like, I
don't
know. Maybe there's like a hidden Easter egg feature, and you're just like, man, look at this. Like if I slide the pen in, bro. There's people out there that like find out crazy hacks like in crazy ways by like doing all this crazy crap. Like I remember what was it? Somebody gave me an iPhone recently. For all you guys that don't know, like I used to like unlock jailbreak.
Wait, to give it to you to have?
No, not to have. Okay. Let me continue. So I'm one of the tech geeks. Yeah. Like they gave me an iPhone to try to activate, and I was like, man, I haven't really messed with like doing things like that, jailbreaking, unlocking, converting services in a while. Like I'm not in that realm anymore. But let me check out this iPhone. I think it was an iPhone 5, I believe.
I want to get a
apparently.
6, no, I want to test it. I want to test the Siri thing and.
Apparently, tried to download Cortana. Apparently, it doesn't download on the OnePlus. But that's another story for another time.
You and your OnePlus woes.
It's not compatible. I think it works on the Nexus. It's not compatible. I think it works on the Nexus 6.
Let me see if I can download it.
I think I can download it on the Nexus 6. And for you guys that don't know, I'm like rocking with my wife's Nexus 6 because hopefully, and you heard it first. We should have a review video coming out.
Can I pause 1 second? I forgot to say something about YouTube gaming. Verge put out a funny tweet. I thought it was pretty funny. YouTube gaming. It's a great reminder of everything YouTube already did. So it's
man. That's a funny tweet, but I don't think it's. I don't think it's valid.
I mean, think about it.
YouTube already had those features. YouTube already had those features
that didn't exist before.
YouTube gaming already had those features, but it was more like YouTube gaming is more like
it's gaming based. That's the only thing.
But that's not really a YouTube gaming feature. But they did drop out that 60 FPS. Feature. I think
they had that before gaming.
YouTube gaming. I think that's why they released it because it was released in May.
But like YouTube
gaming came out in August. But it's like a directory for this specific gaming thing. So it's like
you just moved everything into a folder on your computer. It's still the same.
And that's
computer.
Good. That's not bad. Man. That's being organized. Weren't we just talking about Evernote to be organized? It's organization.
And they probably use Evernote to build gaming. I'm sorry. Let's get back to
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
No, we were talking about.
So features. So not that, but like S Pen being flawed and
it's
how
not having a flaw.
S Pen Note 5 having this problem that it currently has.
S Pen flaw
that it has, and how people find like weird backdoors through like Easter eggs through doing stupid stuff. So got this iPhone, right? I didn't know I haven't rocked an iPhone in a while, so I don't really follow up on like the nitty gritty, like small details about Apple's device. But
you should.
Apparently, and I think you know this, I feel like you mentioned this to me once, but apparently if you have an iPhone that's connected to your iCloud account, and you activate their whole lost phone feature, then if you wipe your phone, you need to have the iCloud username and password just to activate the phone, period.
This is true.
To basically unlock the phone at all whatsoever. So somebody gave me this phone with this problem. And me, being the guy I am, I'm like, this is Uggs. I found out that there was a problem. I thought I can easily, get them into the phone itself so that they can use it. She said she got it from like a friend of hers. I don't know.
Did she steal it?
I don't think she stole it, but maybe her friend stole it. Hopefully she didn't steal it. So I'm here. I got the iPhone. I'm looking stuff up, and this hack doesn't work anymore. But apparently, if you typed in a whole bunch of like random Chinese characters in like the keyboard, like Chinese emojis, then you were able to like to bypass like that lock.
Random or specific?
They were random, like complete. Like you just tap whichever emojis, how many, like 30 something times.
What?
Like a whole bunch of different of those sets of emojis, a whole bunch of times, and then you keep tampering with the phone, and it got you back to the home screen. But the only problem with that is that if you turned off your iPhone, it would boot you back up to the whole situation again where you can't get back to the home screen and you gotta do all that stuff again. But anyways, so there's people out there, all that to say this, long-winded answer. So there's people out there that do like things to see what's up, you know, like, all right, I'm gonna type in all these emojis so that I can, you know, bypass this so that I can get to like the home screen. Like, who knows to do that type of stuff? Like, there's people out there that tamper with things.
Right.
And maybe those are the guys.
They deserve it.
Maybe those are the guys that broke their phone. That's just like, hey, this can slide in this way. Let's look at that. I'm bored. I'm gonna push it in.
And see, that's what happens. Go
and they
read a
straight
book.
up break their device.
Go read a book.
Which is sad.
And some people say that, hey, it's not, because I've heard this too. I've like, yo, okay, I'm sorry, those people are dumb. It's like, it doesn't have to be dumb. Like, you could have given it to your child and your child insert the pen wrong. Okay, go buy a children's tablet on Amazon and give it to your child.
Come on, man.
Do not give your... Okay, don't... I'm sorry. It's your fault. It's your fault.
It is their fault, but they're not dumb for it. Like, I wouldn't say
my child would never hold my Note 5.
Yeah, but there's
a child that's small enough to insert my pen wrong and mess up my phone. I will say this. Let me actually say this about Samsung. Because it was in their user manual that it actually can mess up your phone, so they knew, because it was, again, this wasn't new to them. So they knew this because it was already printed in the manual that inserting your pen wrong can damage your phone. As far as I'm concerned,
I feel like they just wrote that in there to write it in there, because I feel like they might have had that in the previous ones too. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, again, they knew that it could damage it. Whether they didn't know and they wrote it, well, bravo.
Yeah.
For having all your ducks in a row, your I's dotted and T's crossed and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Twitch. So as far as I'm concerned, they should have absolutely found a way around making that actually damage the device to that point. I do agree that if I was sitting at Samsung right now, that I would have been like, yo, we should absolutely fix that. You know why? Because all those Bengate fools out there that they're looking for a reason to find a big issue with a Note. They're looking for a reason to find something wrong with a huge flagship Android phone. So I absolutely would have made sure that problem, again, if I was sitting at some head table at Samsung, I would have made sure that issue was actually something that couldn't damage your phone. Yeah. Yes, maybe the pen getting stuck thing, I would write that and be like, yo, deal with it. That's your problem for you. I still think that you're dumb if you get your pen stuck that way because you put your pen in wrong. You're dumb. You're naturally holding it the right way. Insert your pen the right way. So as far as I'm concerned, that's just me. No one has to, find that opinion valid, but I absolutely think you're dumb for using the device the wrong way, especially when you're naturally holding it the right way. You don't, again, can you write both ways? If you can't, then you're dumb. If you can, then yes, you're absolutely right. Samsung are idiots for putting the pen out that way, because if it was a stylus that had tips at both ends, then you're gonna naturally insert it anyway. It's done deal. But they're trying to be nice and sexy with this whole click pen thing, so they want it flush with the device, so that's why it goes in now, as opposed to Note 1 through 4. And I've had every Note besides 5. And actually, I was thinking yesterday when we discussed doing this topic, that I think I am going to get my hands on a Note 5, because I still want to be able to say that for Note 6 and 7. I want to be able to say that I've had every Note. So I think I'm probably going to get a Note 5, just because I want to still be able to keep that.
$600 worth of bragging rights.
It's worth it. It's Samsung, baby. It's worth it. But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, and that's my opinion, man. I'm gonna stick by that. Like, I absolutely feel like you are dumb as a user. I feel like you're dumb if you insert your pen upside down. You don't naturally insert your pen upside down on anything else you do in life. It's not a natural movement for you to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't, like people that wear pens in their pockets, they don't write on a piece of paper and then flip it upside down and put it in their pocket. Do you?
I mean,
No.
I don't make broad statements, man.
You're dumb.
But I don't personally.
Hashtag let me tell it.
Hashtag let me tell it. So, I mean, I'm sorry that's broken.
Pengate is not a thing. So cut out the hashtag.
And
Pengate.
at least it wasn't like. You remember when the iPhone dropped and they had the whole like holding your phone a specific way drops calls? And Apple was, I think Jobs.
I think I remember that.
I think Jobs said, then stop holding your phone that way. At least they weren't anuses to that extent.
That was an a-hole answer.
At least they weren't.
That's an a-hole answer,
at
bro.
At least they weren't like, at least they didn't come in that harsh. Stop holding it that way then.
Matt, that is the same exact answer, actually.
Nah.
Stop holding your phone that way.
Samsung was more like, read the manual. Like,
Matt.
Jobs was like, but granted, I should be able to hold my phone, I think, on the phone however I'd like. Not like upside down and be like, yo, people can't hear me. But like wherever my hand is placed on my device, I want...
That's an a-hole answer.
It shouldn't
I'm thinking
drop
about
calls.
it right now. Like, stop holding your phone that way. Like, that's an a-hole answer.
And this is just me paraphrasing. But...
I remember that, though. I think I remember that.
It was along those lines.
I love Jobs,
Samsung did a little bit more with tact. They could have been more tactful with it, but they decided to be blunt.
That is your problem.
Nobody's going to read the manual.
And we're not going to give you another device because you're
not going to read the manual. I'm sorry. We're not trying to figure out how to...
You don't have to read the manual. I think that was actually a brilliant way to answer. Because you don't even need to read the manual. That's just saying that they're saying nicely what I'm saying right now.
Yeah,
harsh.
Exactly. That's
like,
what I'm
you're
saying.
dumb.
So that was the whole comparison with Steve Jobs and Samsung's response. That Samsung is being very nice about it. Not very nice. They could have been more nice about it. But we'll see how this whole thing pans out.
You're saying Jobs was being
Jobs was being an artist.
Okay, I agree with that.
But, I mean... It is what it is. I don't have it. Thank God that I wasn't one of those people that inserted it.
Thank God you didn't, because I would probably pee you off.
I'm glad I know now that that's a problem.
Every day I would call you dumb.
So I don't have to, I don't have to,
you getting a Note 5?
Insert. I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm getting a Note 5.
You know that if you insert that pen wrong, I'm gonna call you dumb.
If I do now, then it'll be sad. Okay. But I mean, I can see like kids. Like there's kids that.
All right, well then don't give your kid your $800 device.
Yeah, but still.
Would you let your kid play on your $1,000 Mac?
Personally, no. Heck no. I wouldn't let my kid play on my cell phone. Like I would try my hardest not to have my kid even touch my cell phone. But in the same respect, I don't have a kid. I don't know the connection between a father and their child yet. So I don't know if that's something that I would want to do when I have a kid.
I love my child to death, B. But if I'm not right there where I could catch my phone if it drops, they ain't touching. But see, I'm a different type of dude, though. I'm the dude that when I have my child, I'm looking up tablets that they can use in a few years. That's the type of dude I am. But to me, it's just like, come on, man. And again, you're not. I'm gonna take it back and say I'm gonna make two statements. It's your fault if you let your child insert the pen wrong. If you give your child your phone and they insert the pen wrong, because the pen is least of your worries when it comes to a child. They could drop your phone and break your screen.
Exactly.
So the pen and breaking your phone is least of your worries. So that's your problem. You deal with it. You knew what the problem was when you gave your child the phone. So that's another story. But if you're an adult and you're out here inserting your pen wrong, I'm sorry, but you're dumb. That was dumb. And if it was a mistake, it was a dumb mistake. You know what I'm saying? And America's a nice free country. Didn't have to pay to be here. Well, you kind of do got to pay to be here. But again, it's a free country, and I'm going to say that you're dumb.
All right.
Whoa, that was weird.
So that's.
But so I mean, moral of the story: stop inserting your pen wrong.
Moral of the story: buy yourself a OnePlus 2. And on that note,
you know what? I will agree with. That's the first time that I'm gonna agree to get a OnePlus device. Because if you're dumb enough to insert your pen wrong, you need a phone without a stylus. Hey now.
Yo, we are well over.
Not that bad. We're like episode 2.
That's well over.
And there's a lot of cuts that we have.
Not enough.
It's enough.
All right. So that is it for this week, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We had fun. We talked. We disagreed. I still feel like the whole Facebook thing. Well, you guys just listen to our podcast, man, and just let us know. Let us know how you feel about Facebook.
In the comments below, tell us.
Are
you out here giving away your permissions?
And tell us who had a valid argument. Anyways, so thanks for hanging out with us.
Please tell us who had a valid argument. No. Seriously, people are actually commenting already.
Really?
People are commenting on our Sprint versus T-Mobile. Someone said, yo, you guys really need to talk about Sprint and T-Mobile some more because T-Mobile is out here winning or something like that. Something to that effect. Like T-Mobile is awesome or something like that. And people, yo, John, we're out here for you, bro. We are out here, bro. We got to get you on this podcast one time. But no. See, this is one thing I love about FlyGeek Radio. And I know that we're over right now, but see, you're rocking right with us right now. And if you're hearing this right now, you're rocking. You rock till the end. We appreciate it. So one thing I love about FlyGeek Radio is that it's real people talking about the biggest topics in technology at the moment. And hey, we're not always gonna agree.
Nope.
And that's it's good conversation. It's human conversation. We don't script the show to sound pretty, and we don't have this pretty music playing in the background while we talk. Nah, this show is authentic. This show is real.
I want pretty music in the background.
And and we may agree or disagree. And I love how this whole Facebook Messenger. We may even need to just have that as a separate thing, but
it's gonna be separate.
Let us know, man. Let us know in the comments how you feel about this whole Facebook Messenger and how Charles had the better argument as far as not granting
and
certain permissions.
Let @Matt Adrums on Twitter know how Charles had the better argument. Just go ahead and follow me to let me know that he had the better argument, and unfollow @Mr. DBC if you believe Charles had the better argument. Those are our Twitter handles, guys. I like that. Check that out. That's it for the week. Thank you guys for hanging out with us once again. We will catch you guys on the next one next time. Next week, same time, same place. Peace. Yee.
FlyGeek Radio.
Yo, what's going on, geeks? It's Matt Adams here from FlyGeek Radio. We really hope you enjoyed that last episode. If you did, go ahead and let your friends and family know where you get the latest in tech news. Also, if you're new around these parts, hit that subscribe button. That way you'll never miss out on any new uploads. You guys be safe. Peace.